Welcome back to Exciting Europe.
Today, we're stepping into the heart of the Vatican Museums to explore the incredible Pio-Clementino Museum. Founded in the 18th century, this museum houses a mind-blowing collection of Greek and Roman masterpieces. We're talking works that date back centuries, including iconic pieces like the Laocoön and His Sons, the Apollo Belvedere, and the Belvedere Torso. Join us as we delve deep into the history of this amazing collection and examine over 10 incredible sculptures from this era. We'll uncover the stories behind these works, the techniques used to create them, and their significance in the world of art. The Pio-Clementino Museum is one of 12 museums within the Vatican Museums. From paintings to frescoes, mummies to sculptures, and intricate floors to breathtaking ceilings, the Vatican Museums offer a journey through the ages. To learn more about the Vatican Museums, including tickets, hours, and must-see exhibits, watch our Vatican Museums video or a shorter version, Introduction to Vatican Museums.
Our journey begins in the Square Vestibule, the original entrance to the museum. Here, you'll encounter the impressive sarcophagus of Lucius Cornelius Scipio Barbatus, a consul from ancient Rome, and inscriptions from the tomb of the Scipio family. Moving into the round vestibule, we arrive at the Cabinet of Apoxyomenos, named after the remarkable marble statue that stands within. Apoxyomenos means the scraper in Greek. This statue captures an athlete in a moment of cleansing, scraping away the oil and sand used before competition. It's a Roman marble copy of a lost bronze masterpiece by the famed Greek sculptor Lysippus. Notice the incredible detail, especially the athlete's extended arm reaching out into space. This dynamic pose, captured in marble, is a testament to Lysippus's skill. Unearthed in 1849, this statue provides a glimpse into the athletic culture of ancient Greece.
This is the Octagonal Court, once known as the Courtyard of the Statues. It was here that Pope Julius II began the Vatican's impressive collection of ancient sculptures, hoping to evoke the grandeur of the Roman Empire. Imagine this courtyard in the 1500s. Even then, masterpieces like the Laocoön and the Apollo Belvedere held places of honor. Later transformed into an octagon, it remains a captivating space to admire these timeless works.
The Apollo Belvedere statue, which may have been discovered in 1489, was part of the collection that Cardinal Giuliano della Rovere kept in his palace in Piazza Santi Apostoli. When he became Pope Julius II, the sculpture was transferred to the Vatican, where records of it exist from 1508 onward. The god Apollo is shown in a regal pose and would originally have held a bow in his left hand and an arrow in his right. Dated to the middle of the 2nd century AD, this work is believed to be a copy of a bronze original by Laocoön, made in the 3rd decade of the 4th century BC. This statue has captivated artists and intellectuals for centuries. Lord Byron even tried to imitate Apollo's graceful posture. The work has been copied countless times in various materials and sizes. Over time, it underwent restorations, including a recent one that replaced a hand with a more accurate cast. The Apollo Belvedere remains a symbol of ideal beauty and artistic perfection.
The statue of the river god Arno depicts the river god in a traditional reclining pose. It dates back to the time of Emperor Hadrian and was inspired by an earlier Greek work. During the Renaissance, it underwent significant repairs and restorations. Artists replaced various parts, including the head, giving it the expressive bearded face we see today. Notice the small lion's head carved on the vase. That's also a later addition, probably a tribute to Pope Leo X Medici. These details suggest this figure represents the river Arno, which flows through Florence. However, for many years, it was mistakenly called the Tigris River, because that feline was once thought to be a tiger. In the early 16th century, this statue was displayed in the courtyard of statues as part of a fountain. The basin of that fountain is actually an ancient sarcophagus, dating back to 170 to 180 AD, and decorated with battle scenes of Greeks and Amazons. It's fitting to see Amazons here. They were allies of Troy in the Trojan War, so they're often shown battling Greek heroes.
This is the Laocoön group, a masterpiece of Greek marble sculpture. It depicts the Trojan priest Laocoön and his sons entwined in the deadly grip of serpents. The story, as told by Virgil in the Aeneid, is a tragic one. Laocoön warned his people against bringing the Greeks' wooden horse into Troy. For this, the gods punished him, sending serpents to kill him and his sons. Discovered in Rome in 1506, it was instantly recognized as the very sculpture described by the ancient Roman writer Pliny the Elder. Pope Julius II quickly acquired it for the Vatican. This incredibly dynamic and emotional work has captivated viewers for centuries, inspiring artists from the Renaissance to the 19th century and beyond.
The Belvedere Hermes is believed to be Hermes Psychopompos, the guide of souls to the underworld. It's a Roman copy of a Greek original by the renowned sculptor Praxiteles. Discovered around 1540 near the mausoleum of Hadrian, it was initially mistaken for a statue of Antinous, Emperor Hadrian's favorite. However, it's now recognized as Hermes in his role as Psychopompos. He stands here with a somber expression, his gaze lowered, his cloak draped over his shoulder, awaiting the arrival of the deceased. This powerful image gives us a glimpse into ancient beliefs about the afterlife.
This is Canova's Perseus, a stunning sculpture capturing the hero's triumph over Medusa. See how he holds the severed head aloft, a symbol of his victory. Canova sculpted this masterpiece in just a few months between 1800 and 1801. Perseus is equipped with the tools of his quest, the winged cap, the sandals of Mercury, and the sword, all given to him to defeat the Gorgon. Interestingly, this statue was originally intended for a different owner and location, but it eventually found its home here in the Vatican. Canova was inspired by the Apollo Belvedere, which once stood on this very spot, and you can see echoes of its grace and power in Perseus's form.
Welcome to the Animal Room, a menagerie in marble. This room was created for Pope Pius VI, and many of the sculptures you see here are the work of Francesco Antonio Franzoni. He used both ancient fragments and his own artistic skill to create this stone zoo. This is Meleager, the mythical hero of Aetolia, depicted here as a triumphant hunter. His faithful dog sits by his side, and beside him lies the head of the Caledonian boar he has slain. This 2nd century AD statue is a Roman copy of a lost Greek masterpiece. It captures the energy and movement of the original, attributed to the famous sculptor Scopas. While some details, like the dog's ears and part of the boar's head, are modern restorations, the overall impression is one of dynamic action. And speaking of animals, take a look at this jaguar. It's made of alabaster, with black and yellow spots. Interestingly, because jaguars are native to South America, this piece couldn't be entirely ancient. It was likely created or significantly reworked by Francesco Antonio Franzoni for Pope Pius VI in the 18th century.
The Hall of the Muses is an octagonal gallery built in the late 18th century. While it houses statues of Apollo and the Muses, along with herms of famous Greeks like Homer and Socrates, its most celebrated resident is the Belvedere torso. Now, look up! This magnificent hall was designed by Michelangelo Simonetti in 1780, but the real hidden gem is above you. These incredible ceiling frescoes are often overlooked, but they're worth a closer look. Painted by Tommaso Conca, they depict Apollo and the Muses, the goddesses of inspiration, along with poets who drew upon their creative power. It's a fitting tribute to the arts, perfectly complementing the sculptures below. So, next time you're here, don't forget to take a moment to appreciate this artistic masterpiece hidden in plain sight.
Now, prepare to be amazed. This is the Belvedere torso, one of the most celebrated sculptures in the entire museum. Discovered in Rome in the late 15th century, this fragment of a male figure has captivated artists for centuries, from Michelangelo to modern-day sculptors. Who is this enigmatic figure? Though headless and limbless, he exudes strength and emotion. Experts believe it portrays the Greek hero Ajax, contemplating suicide after being denied Achilles' armor. Imagine him, head bowed in despair, his hand gripping the sword he will soon use to take his own life. This masterpiece dates back to the 1st century BC and bears the signature of the Athenian sculptor Apollonius. It's a testament to the enduring power of ancient art, a work that continues to inspire awe and wonder even today.
Step into the magnificent circular hall, designed by Michelangelo Simonetti around 1780. Modeled after the Pantheon, its dome, 21 meters in diameter, soars above you, creating a sense of awe and wonder. But don't forget to look down. The floor is paved with an incredibly well-preserved mosaic from the 3rd century AD, discovered in Otricoli, Umbria. It depicts a dramatic battle between Greeks and centaurs, with tritons and nereids adding to the scene. At the center of it stands a massive porphyry basin, a single piece of stone that once graced the Domus Aurea, Golden House of Nero. Arranged around the hall, you'll find colossal statues and busts of gods and heroes, adding to the grandeur of this impressive space.
This is the Braschi Antinous, a towering figure discovered in the ruins of what is believed to be Hadrian's villa in Palestrina. Antinous was Emperor Hadrian's beloved companion, who tragically drowned in the Nile River in 130 AD. The grieving emperor declared him a god, and this statue is one of many created in his honor. Created shortly after Antinous' death, this statue blends elements of the gods Dionysus and Osiris. He wears a crown of leaves and ivy berries, and though the top would have once held a cobra or lotus flower, restorers have replaced it with a pine cone. The thyrsus and mystical chest are also later additions. And here we have a very different kind of statue, a gilded bronze Heracles, discovered in 1864 near Campo de' Fiori. It was found buried beneath a courtyard, struck by lightning, and ritually interred according to Roman custom. Restored by Pietro Tenerani, it depicts a youthful Heracles leaning on his club, the Nemean lion's skin draped over his arm, and the apples of the Hesperides in his hand. This statue, possibly inspired by a 4th century BC Greek model, showcases the enduring appeal of the legendary hero.
Welcome to the Hall of the Greek Cross, a neoclassical masterpiece designed by Michelangelo Simonetti. But the real showstoppers are these 2 magnificent porphyry sarcophagi. The one on the left, adorned with scenes of Roman horsemen and captured barbarians, belonged to Saint Helena, mother of Emperor Constantine. The other, decorated with grapevines, cherubs, and Christian symbols, belonged to Constantia, Constantine's daughter. These sarcophagi, originally located in prominent Roman locations, were brought here in the late 18th century. Look down and you'll discover another treasure, a mosaic floor featuring a shield with the head of Minerva, encircled by the phases of the moon. And between those granite sphinxes, a delicate mosaic of a flower basket adds a touch of beauty. The Hall of the Greek Cross is a testament to the grandeur of Roman history and the artistry of the neoclassical period.
And there you have it, a whirlwind tour through the Pio-Clementino Museum, home to some of the most breathtaking sculptures from the ancient world. We've encountered gods and heroes, athletes and emperors, mythical creatures and real animals, all brought to life in marble and bronze. We hope you enjoyed this journey through time and art. If you did, be sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more explorations of the world's most fascinating museums. And if you ever find yourself in Rome, be sure to visit the Vatican Museums in person. It's an experience you won't soon forget.